guys. So obviously voice kind of straining because it's hard. Not really. It's not as bad as it was a couple days ago. But hi. Kind of just waiting for my acrylic to dry so I can flip it over and do the other side of my sword. Because I tried spray painting, and it's a little too cold. It's actually snowing. So yeah, managed to do my shield because I only had to do quick little spurts of it, and I just brought it right back inside. So that's still drying a bit, and then I'm just waiting for the acrylic and the underlaying spray paint to dry a bit so I can flip it over, try it some more, and Mod Podge, do all the hand painting, and get that done before tomorrow. So, yay! Yeah, I would have had more time had I not been feeling so crappy. The past few days have been pretty rough. Like, this is the worst I've been sick in a while, to where I actually called off work, and that usually doesn't happen very often. So, yeah. But since I've been doing nothing, I actually made a list of some of the stuff that kind of happened at Ohayocon, because a lot of stuff happened, but I didn't get to vlog it at all because I was so busy. And then, yeah, I don't know what happened to vloggie 1.0, so this is vloggie 2.0. So I'll probably make up some cute name for it, something like R2D2 related. Actually, I'll probably call it D2. Hey, that works. Yeah, I don't know really quite what happened to it. I had it on Friday. I did like a 5-minute quick vlog thing with us when we were doing Sailor Scouts, heading up the escalator or something. And then I don't know if it just got misplaced and somebody picked it up or if somebody actually took it. I don't really know, but I mean, it's only like a $100 camera. Not too upset about it. You know, what are you gonna do? I was most upset about losing my memory cards, and actually just bought 2 more today because they were kind of on sale. So, you know, try not to stress about it too much, just because, you know, it's a camera. A lot worse things could have been taken. So, whatever. But anyway, so like I was saying, a lot of stuff happened at Ohayocon because I ended up doing five panels, and they all went really well, and I'll go further into them in a minute. But I did 5 panels. I competed in the masquerade and died afterwards. But it was a lot of fun. So again, I've got lists because my memory is so bad to help me remember things to talk about. So Friday was a very fun day because that's when we debuted our Sailor Scouts. So I've posted a couple teasers, and I've also posted some pictures that people posted from Ohayocon. I'm still base editing all of our photos that we took. I only got like probably about a dozen or so left because I've been sick. I've been trying not to do anything. So I've got a few more of those left, and then I will ship them off to Kagaku Cosplay for her to do special effects, and Ragdoll Prince as well. We'll be taking a look at them and seeing what they can do with them. And then those will be posted once they're both done with them. So, I mean, they turned out pretty well, despite the fact we didn't really have much time to do it, and we didn't really have a good place to do it either. So I'm pretty proud of that, and our group looked really good. I'm really happy with it. At first I wasn't so sure, but it was definitely worth it. It was a lot of fun, and I think we're going to try and fix them up and possibly bring them to ShimatsuCon, but I'm super excited because it's really nice to be part of a group again, and especially one that we've all kind of loved from childhood, and the fact that all of us fit our characters very, very well made it super easy. Like, I only know Kagaku and then Poison Reality. I've never really met the other two before. Like, I spent some time with Kawaii Infected, but I really didn't know too much about her, but it was really fun getting to hang out with her, and then it was really fun getting to hang out with Rachel too. I forgot what her cosplay name is, I'll have to find it. But she was really sweet, and it was a lot of fun. And then we got a lot of pictures taken on Friday, mainly because we were a full group. Plus, that was actually part of the scavenger hunt, so we had a lot of people come up, ask to help with the scavenger hunt, taking a picture with us. But regardless, it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. Except one thing I did not like about Friday is that I made the mistake of scouting, pun intended, scouting ahead because we couldn't find where the rest of the panel rooms were for B-pods. So I'm like, I think I know where they are. Let me run on ahead. I literally ran, and that was the biggest mistake of my life. Running in heels and not having worked on my cardio in a while, not fun. But where they stuck B-pod, it was really far of a walk. But we ended up going out there because Kagaku and Jack ended up having their J-Rock panel. So we went and hung out with Mizar and Zyga for a little bit, and then had to run back down. We did pictures, and then I had to go change for my Girls' Generation panel, which, mind you, my Girls' Generation dance panel at Ohayocon is where I started it, and it has always gotten a really good turnout. Probably anywhere between 70 and 100 people every time. They stuck us in one of the smallest panel rooms this year. We had to cap at 30 people. Yeah, 30 people, and not even all of them were dancing either. So it was, I felt so bad. It was kind of awful with how tiny the room was. Like, it was worse than the one that ASN gave us a couple of years back, but like, it was bad. It was so bad. But we had a lot of fun doing it, and the people in there definitely kind of helped me rebound and helped me get back on track. But I was thrown for a loop because I was not expecting to be in that small little panel room. So it was a ride, that's for sure. But we got through the panel okay, and then I went and changed into my casual Raven outfit because we had our Teen Titan panel that night too. So we got to kind of hang around for a bit, do the panel, which was a lot of fun. I really love having Izar and Zygot on the panel now because it means I do less talking, but also I have people to kind of rebound from because we were just kind of bantering a little bit too. But it was a lot of fun, and we actually had a pretty good turnout for the most part, and so it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, otherwise, aside from that, we came back here. I was working on some stuff for Pira because I didn't have her done until Sunday morning, basically. Came back here, you know, slept, whatever. Saturday morning was interesting because I don't usually like going to cons in plain clothes anymore, but I actually kind of needed to. I wore basically just Harry Potter stuff. Poison Reality borrowed my Ruby hat and was wearing some Ruby stuff, and we just kind of actually got to walk around. We walked around with the dealers a little bit, which was nice. Actually being able to move for once and not wearing heels. And then we had the self-esteem panel, which I'm always nervous to hold the self-esteem panel because I'm always afraid there's going to be like a random jerk or two that's just going to make it bad for everyone. But so far, every single time I've held it, it has always proved me wrong. The group I had this year at Ohayocon was very supportive. Like there was a couple people that were sharing different stories and things or just giving advice and whatnot, but everybody was like super supportive, and like I cried, Poison Reality cried. Like, it was a very good panel, and I'm really happy with the group that went. Like, I feel bad in a way because I always try to limit my talking to 30 minutes before I start the discussion. And sometimes it's a hit or miss. Like, sometimes people don't want to talk, and that's okay, but I was so happy with this group. They were really nice, and it was a lot of fun, and I really hope that it helped a couple of people at least. So, I really enjoyed that. Then after that, we ended up changing into Madoka Magica, which was a trial. Because by the time I got changed, we hurried up, got changed, and basically we had to go straight into rehearsal for the competition because A, it was that late, and B, it took that long for like Poison Reality and everybody else, like for all of us to get ready essentially. So didn't really have much time to walk around. We didn't even get the chance to take any pictures, but you know, that was okay because we had our skit, so we had to be there at like 4:30, which so happy with the way the skit went. Like, I have a lot of memories from during it, but like just the best part was one of the best parts was just rehearsal. Like, you know, we're all like nervous, but like happy nervous, like excited nervous. So, you know, we're just talking to people around us and hanging out, and we had to pin up Poison Reality's skirt because it was so long with the tool, so I was just trying to pin that. So basically I'm sitting on the floor with her butt right there trying to pin this up and not stab her in the ass, and it was hilarious to me. But so we did that right before we went on and did our first run through, and it went that, you know, as soon as you do the first run through on the stage if it's going to be good or not. And after we came off that stage the first time, we were all like, okay, yeah, we got this. Like, something had just clicked, like it went very well. There's only a couple things we had to touch up, but it was just like that moment of, you know, I think we might actually get this. And so it was awesome. And then we got to watch all the other skits, of course, which was a lot of fun. But we actually had a green room this year, which was awesome because we finally had our own space to kind of hang out and chill. And we actually got to hang out with a lot of people, which was really nice. So, like, we hung out with, I think it's High Hopes cosplay. She did Love Live Maki, and she was just the cutest thing ever. And she was so sweet. So we were talking to her a bunch because she was like a little bit before us or after us or something. She did her own dance, and I don't know, it was just like, it was really cute to talk to her, and I really liked talking to her. She's a lot of fun. And then we were just hanging out with some of our other friends that were doing like the craftsmanship competition, like Kagaku cosplay, Ragdoll Prince, and then of course Visual Songstress, Sleepy Cat cosplay, you know. And I actually met a couple of, you know, people that I've already met before, like Ashley Stampede and her cousin competed. So it was really nice just being able to see everyone and talk to everyone. And of course, probably one of the highlights of the competition was there's a lot of skits that were dancing or had music to it. So, you know, we're all dancing back in the green room, and we just started dancing or whatever, and at one point someone's like, hey Monica, do a booty pop. So I did, and it was hysterical because I had like a petticoat, my old tutu from Princess Tutu, on top of one that came with the outfit. So like I have basically 3 tutu/petticoats on. So it was just hysterical because people were like, "Oh my god!" It was hilarious. I really wish I would have recorded that, but again, didn't have vloggie to do it. But it was a lot of fun. And of course, as soon as that part of the competition got over, we all basically died. We were all just sitting on the floor trying to stay awake and trying not to die. But it was a lot of fun. So yeah. So I think I have footage of our skit. I know Ohayocon actually recorded it, so they'll be posting it probably in another month or so. But I know one of our friends recorded it with my camera, so I've got kind of distant footage, which kind of gives you a good overall view. But it was myself as Madoka, which I actually had very few lines, and I was okay with that. And then of course, Poisoned Reality as Lucifer, and then actually Magpie of Magic as Homura. So it played a lot off of those 3 characters, where Homura was kind of trying to be, or was being swayed by Lucifer, and then I come on stage like, oh hey, I have no idea what's going on. And then we did a dance, and it was just, when I do skits anymore, I don't really remember what happens on stage. I don't really necessarily black out, but I'm kind of just on autopilot, which is why I always stress, practice, practice, practice. But like, the one thing I do remember is she actually helps us sit on the ground, and she has our Lucifer has Homura and Madoka on the floor, and she's kind of striking our heads and mouthing the words of the song that we used, which is Everybody Wants to Rule the World by the Lord cover of it. So at that moment, you could just hear the audience, and it was great. And then of course, once we stood up, we did the last couple lines and bowed, and it was an amazing feeling knowing that we did it, and we didn't actually do it with all that much time. By the time we actually, I wrote up a script, Poison Reality wrote up a script, and we basically took parts of mine out and replaced it with hers, and then we recorded it in like a couple hours, but we only really spent like 4 to 6 hours in choreography. So like, it still amazes me the fact that we got it that quick, and we got it to look so nice in the short amount of time we had. So we actually ended up winning Best Journeyman, which was like awesome. Like, I had been waiting to win an award at Ohayocon for years, but I kind of got used to it, like, oh, I'm probably not going to win, I don't really care. I'm just doing things because I want to compete, I want the experience, and I love hanging out with the people backstage. So, but we're just like, we were so excited and happy that we got it, and we felt so good about it. And like, as soon as we get back to the green room, our friends just swarm us like, oh my god! So it was great, because then we got to chill out and everything, and do the dance party and everything. But it was such an amazing feeling knowing that it worked out, and it worked out very, very well. So we were all very excited about that. But the strangest thing about the Ohayocon Masquerade is once the craftsmanship people started going on, they took us out of the green room and put us like out in the front of the audience, off to the side, and so we got to watch everyone walk across pretty much, which was nice. But when they started announcing awards, it got really, I don't want to say tense, but you could feel it in the atmosphere or whatever. But the sad thing is I started crying for people that I had just met that day, because we were all hanging out backstage, and all of us, it felt like one huge family. Like, we were all caring for each other, laughing and having fun. So I was crying for people I barely met, but I was so happy for them, and they were so happy, and I started crying, and it was just like, this was probably one of the best competitions I've ever been a part of, because it was like a family in every sense of the word. So it was really awesome. And then of course, we ended up getting called up on stage, and I'm just like, oh, what? So they grab my hands, we're running onto the stage. I'm stuck in the middle because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just like, okay, I'm running, I don't know why we're running. So, and then we got to hang out backstage for a little bit longer to finish up the awards. And then we actually got interviewed by Zach and Jim, the MCs, kind of about our skit, about us, what we do at the conventions, and how long it took us to like plan, that kind of stuff. So it was really cool, and it made me really happy, because they told us backstage after we had finished, they're like, you guys were really journeymen? We thought you guys were masters. We're just like, yes! It's just such a good feeling to know that our hard work paid off. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and they were even shocked at how little time we did for the choreography. The guy behind the camera told us afterwards he actually does sword fighting and stuff for run fairs, and he's like, we can spend hours just on 15 seconds. And I'm like, it took us about 2.5 hours, I think, 2.5, 3 hours to do the first minute and a half. The last minute and a half, that's pretty easy. Like that only took us maybe an hour if that. So it's just, yeah, it was just like one of those things where it's just like, you know, you don't think about how other people see it. So to hear that from them, it's just like, oh shit. Like in a good way though. Like we're just like, oh my god, we did this and we did it good and they liked it and we're just like, yes. So yeah, it was fun. It went really, really well. And of course they made the comment of, oh good, so if we expect to see you back here next year, we'll grill you even harder. I'm just dying laughing, like I'm tired, I don't know what's being said anymore. But it was a lot of fun. But of course we couldn't go to bed yet because we had the Ruby panel 1:30 in the morning on Sunday morning. So we stayed up, well I stayed up at least, so I went to go change into pajamas. I spent the next, I spent that in between time sewing on snaps for my cape and sewing the rest of my chitin for Kira. And then we went and did the Ruby panel, which was, we got quite a turnout for 1:30 in the morning, let me tell you. We had quite a wide range of cosplayers and everything, and it was really fun. I've run my Ruby panel a couple times before, but this is the first time I've run it at a big convention since I completely overhauled it. So it went pretty well. I'll have to change everything again for the next time I hold it, but it was a lot of fun. And of course, so it was Jack as Ruby, Taka as Weiss, Pajama Weiss in a Grinch hoodie, or Grinch Kigu. Ruby had a cookie pillow, which was the most adorable thing ever. You have Poison Reality as Yang, and a Bumblebee Kigu. I'm wearing polka dot pajama pants, and I borrowed one of Cricket's other Jean hoodies, Pumpkin Pete one, and they surprised the fuck out of me. So I'm sitting there before the panel sewing on my shit in the Ohayocon lounge, and they leave to go get food or whatever. They come back. I look up, don't register anything, look back down because I'm confused. I see a wad of blue in front of me, and I'm like, what the fuck? Who the fuck's wearing blue? Look back up. They had made Sean's fucking footy pajamas from Volume 1 with the bunny and the blue, and I was so tired. I just couldn't help but laugh. I'm like, oh shit. I hate being surprised, but I'm just like, I'm too tired to give a shit, but it was funny. And of course they recorded it. Everybody knew about it except for me. So I'm just like, okay, again, I got it, again. But it was pretty funny. So he was wearing that, and then we have Broken Crown cosplayer Dan doing Roman, but he's got his hat, but he's got like a bathrobe on, and he almost came off being drunk because he was tired, and it was great. Like, we barely got through my actual PowerPoint because of all the banter and shit going on, but it was so funny, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and I finally got to meet some of the Ruby people that Cricket's met before, so like Haley and all of them. It was really nice to finally be able to meet them, put faces to the names and stuff, but it was a lot of fun and very much needed, but I went home and died after that. Because then Sunday morning I had to get up early to get ready because I had stuff to finish for Pura, and then I was almost late to my photo shoot, but I made it. And that went pretty well. So I got to do a photo shoot with Little Professor Productions. He's still working on the photos right now. I've got the preview photos back and they look really good. So it was a lot of fun. We went outside to the fountain area, did some pictures. Thankfully I was cold but not too cold. I didn't get cold till like the last 5-10 minutes, so I was able to hold out until I got to go back inside. Then I met up with everybody else and was just kind of hanging out until the Supernatural panel we did, which actually that went surprisingly well too, because normally, like, it was waitlisted, so we didn't really have time to gather prizes or anything, but it was just a lot of fun because it was myself dressed as Pura as Charlie, and then of course Visual Songstress as Dean, and then Mac 5 Magic was sick, so she was resting, and I'm glad she did. And then we had Sleepy Cat as Abaddon come and guest because she had helped us at our last one and it went pretty well, so she was up there with us too, and it was just so much banter, but it was perfect. It was fantastic, and of course everybody in the audience was great, so we had a lot of banter going back and forth. We were just having a lot of fun, and actually the moderator that we had from the staff actually works with some of the stars from Supernatural for creation and entertainment, so it was really cool getting to talk to her afterwards. But since we were like the last panel in there, she actually was like, hey, you guys can stay in here as long as you want. I had to go because I was tired and had been there for a lot that weekend, so I stayed a little bit extra and then left. But it was it was a lot of fun, and it went really, really well. And I felt bad we didn't have actual prizes this time, but we weren't expecting to get in because they had put us on the waitlist panel. So, but it was awesome just because, you know, shenanigans as always, and much, much, much laughter. I had a couple times where I was like, oh dear God, why am I doing this? So it was a lot of fun. And then after we came home from the con, we actually just ordered pizza. And we were playing Jackpot games because Cricket had bought it and we could log on to his account. And we're just playing that for a few hours until everyone decided to leave and go home. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Just very exhausting. And I think that's part of the reason why I got sick now. But, you know, that's fine. I will take that. But it was a very, very fun weekend. Very exhausting, but totally worth it. For how well everything went. So now just kind of trying to prep myself up again. I will be at ZipCon tomorrow as Fellmaid and Pyrrha. I will be helping with the Ruby Q&A with Tazune Hitori cosplay, who I met as Cinder in Colossal Con this past year. So I'm really happy to be doing it with her. And we've got Poison Reality doing Raven, Broken Crown doing Sun, Taka doing Weiss, and then Cricket doing Sean, of course. So we've got a pretty wide range of cast of characters for that one, so I'm excited because we're one of the first panels in the morning, so it'll be nice to do that. We'll probably end up doing pictures afterwards and then hanging out for a while until I gotta go to my judging time, and then Masquerade, which our skit, I don't even know how to say about our skit. I'm very happy with it because I wrote it while I was at my one job, bored as heck, so I drafted it up and showed it to Taka, and she thought it was great. We just added a few more things to kind of clarify stuff, like wording wise and whatnot. But we recorded our parts last night when I was feeling a little bit better, and then I just got to go over some time later to record Jean's lines and then put it all together. And we'll probably do vlogging sometime tonight. But I'm excited. It's a simple skit, but it's funny, and we're not really doing it to win anything. We're just doing it for shits and giggles, basically, because I can't do a competition without competing, and since, you know, a bunch of us are doing Ruby, I'm like, oh, hey, you know, we'll figure out something for a Ruby skill, throw it together. It doesn't have to be perfect, and, you know, I don't care. I'm just doing it for fun, and that's all that matters. So, and of course, there's a lot of my friends going to ZipCon as well, so I'm excited to get to hang out with them and stuff too. ZipCon, while it is quite a ways away from here, it's basically just going to be ChillCon. We'll probably leave a little after the Masquerade just because we have a long drive home, and, you know, I've been sick, and Taka wasn't feeling too great earlier today either, but it'll be nice to just kind of relax and hang out with people and just enjoy, you know, just enjoy things. Then after ZipCon, I think I will be at BashCon. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing yet, but I got asked to help with emceeing and stuff over there, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm just excited to go hang out with Little Lotus cosplay again because I haven't seen her in a while, and yeah, it'll be fun. I'm very excited to see them and hang out and relax because that'll be a very relaxing weekend. So, I mean, otherwise I really don't have many plans because I'm pretty much going to ASEN and Colossal Con, but Ikasu just don't know what the heck I'm doing for any of them because very bad at planning skits nowadays. So, you know, if something comes up, we'll try to figure something out. I mean, even Anna Marathon, we don't know really what we're doing for a skit yet, so who knows, we'll figure something out. So, yeah. Alright, well, I think that's enough rambling for me. Sick rambling is not always the best rambling, and I'm going to try and paint some more of my sword and try and get those done today, so we'll see what happens. But thank you guys for listening. I know I'm really, really sorry I don't have actual vlogs from the con, because again, camera misplaced and or stolen, woo! But, I mean, I at least have memories that, you know, that are now on video that will help me remember, and it was a great convention, and I'm very happy with how it went, so, yeah. So, thank you guys for watching, and for listening to my rambling again, and I will talk to you guys later.